Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of November 2017. And we start off with The Color of Money. This is Martin Scorsese's sequel to The Hustler. Now, in my opinion, The Hustler is a near perfect film, and I cannot say the same about this one, unfortunately. But it is a worthy follow-up, and Paul Newman is excellent, as always. Next is something completely different. The Villainess. This is a Korean action movie, put out by Arrow, by the way. I thought this was terrific. Such a adrenaline rush. It started off with that first-person action sequence. Then in the middle, it kind of slows down. Takes a few breaths, and at the end, it goes crazy again. And it's clearly inspired by Luc Besson's film La Femme Nikita. But I don't think this is officially a remake of that. Semi-remake, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was terrific and highly, highly entertaining. Next is the Buster Keaton box set from Eureka. This is limited to 2000, I believe. It doesn't say anywhere here, but it is limited to 2000, and it's a wonderful box set. Now, those who are responsible for the restorations of these films, they deserve all the praise in the world. I mean, the films looks perfect. There's not a single scratch or dirt. It's very clean, very pristine. It's just pitch perfect. But anyway, let me show you what it has inside. This is Sherlock Jr., which is a wonderful little film, this one. And then we have The General, which is a comedy masterpiece. I mean, if you don't like The General, you're not a real film fan. That's how I see it. How can you not like? Actually, how can you not love The General? It's brilliant, absolutely. And the third and final movie of this set is Steamboat Bill Jr., another sublime Buster Keaton classic with the legendary hurricane sequence at the end. And Buster Keaton was not only a great comedian and a great actor, but also a great stuntman. Here's a look at the booklet, by the way. There are moments in these films where you're wondering, how did they even do that? Even to this day, you're wondering that. That's a wonderful set, absolutely. Next is a box set that is also limited to 2000. This is the 4 film noir classics from Arrow Academy. I believe this is now sold out at the Arrow's webshop, but it's still available at Amazon UK, and I would highly recommend getting this box set before it's too late. It's an amazing box set. I'm hoping that Arrow is going to do more of these box sets, because there are many noir titles that still needs to be released on Blu-ray. Detour, for example, Gun Crazy. Although Gun Crazy, there is a French Blu-ray of Gun Crazy, big box set, but that's quite expensive. But anyway, let me show you the movies here. This is The Dark Mirror with Olivia de Havilland as twin sisters. I already have this movie on Blu-ray. I have a German Blu-ray set that includes this one and also The Big Clock and Ministry of Fear. But this is a good film. Secret Beyond the Door. I still need to see this one, but it looks very promising. Force of Evil. Now this is an exceptional film. I would give this 9 out of 10 easily, maybe even 9.5. You know, it is that good. It stars John Garfield, who is an extremely underrated actor. He was very young when he died. I believe he was in his late 30s when he passed away. This was written and directed by a man named Abraham Polanski, and he only directed 2 films, this one and Tell Them Willie Boy Is Here, a western with Robert Redford. And there's a 21-year gap between the 2 films, and the reason why it took so long for him to direct another film was because he was blacklisted in late 40s, early 50s. But he did continue to work as a screenwriter under different names, of course. But as it says here, this was very influential to Scorsese. And it was also a big influence on Francis Ford Coppola when he was making The Godfather. And it was Scorsese who recommended this film to Coppola. But incredible film. And the third and final title of this box set is The Big Combo. I've always wanted to see this film, and now that I have seen it, it did not disappoint at all. It's another magnificent piece of film noir cinema, and great performances, especially by Richard Conte, who plays the mob boss in this film. Absolutely excellent film, this one. It also comes with a poster, a double-sided poster. One side is of Secret Beyond the Door, and the other side is The Big Combo here. This is the French poster. Looks very nice, isn't it? And of course you have a hardcover booklet. But this is such a fine release. I would recommend everybody to get this set before it's too late. I'm sure that later on these films will be released separately, but you probably will not have the booklet or the poster, which makes it an extra little more special, right? But it's a terrific set with 4 terrific films. And speaking of Arrow, I picked up 5 titles from their recent sale. First one is Cops vs. Thugs. I haven't seen this one yet, but I'm a fan of the director, Kenji Fukasaku, and I only heard good things about it. So, looking forward to it. Next one is Terror in a Texas Town. This is a western with Sterling Hayden. Now, this was directed by the same guy who also did The Big Combo. Joseph Lewis is his name. And Joseph Lewis was not only a film noir director, but also a western director. And with this one, he kind of combined the 2 genres. Although film noir isn't really a genre. I mean, it's actually more of a cinematic term, but anyway, still need to check this one out though. And I also need to check out Hangmen Also Die by Fritz Lang, who is, well, basically one of the inventors of film noir, right? I mean, film noir was spawned from German expressionism, and Fritz Lang was a master of that particular style. But this looks like a good film as well. With Brian Donlevy playing a surgeon who assassinates Reinhard Heinrich, and he's being hunted down, and he gets help from the Czech resistance. Yeah, this looks like a really good film, this one. Also picked up A Fish Called Wanda. I've seen this film a couple of times. Oh, it made me laugh. It's very enjoyable. And a wonderful release. by the way, this one. And the last one I got from the Arrow sale is The Legend of the Holy Drinker. Now, my favorite Rutger Hauer performance has always been in Blade Runner and The Hitcher, which desperately needs a Blu-ray release, by the way. But now I have a new favorite Rutger Hauer performance, and that is in this film. And what a performance it is. It's a beautiful, emotional, nuanced performance, and he plays a excuse me, he plays a homeless man who meets an old man played by Anthony Quayle, and the old man lends him some money, and from that moment on, things starts happening to him. Things that he sees as miracles, and along the way he meets old friends and new friends, and it's a beautiful film, and Hauer is fantastic in it. Certainly the finest role he have ever done in his career. Yeah, beautiful film. Okay, the next few Blu-rays I've gotten from the Black Friday deal on Amazon UK, including these three titles from Signal One Entertainment, and I have to apologize because I cannot tell you anything about these films. I haven't seen them yet, but I got them a couple of days ago, and I didn't have the time to check them out before doing this video. But anyway, the first one is Compulsion. This film is inspired by the true story that also inspired Hitchcock when he made Rope. It's about two students committing the perfect murder and trying to get away with it. But I cannot wait to check this out. I heard really good things about this one. Next one is The Iron Curtain, another noir thriller by William A. Wellman, who in my opinion is one of the greatest American filmmakers of all time. And it stars two very popular actors from the film noir cinema, Dana Andrews and Gene Tierney. They were also both in a film called Laura, which is one of the quintessential film noir classics. And the other one I got from the Signal One label is Guns at Batasi. Don't know anything about this, but this was recommended to me by Kyle Chagrat65, so looking forward to check this one out as well. And here are a few more Blu-rays I gotten on Black Friday. Catch Me If You Can. Very, very enjoyable film by Steven Spielberg. Great one. Scent of a Woman. I haven't seen this one for a long time, but it's Al Pacino. Al Pacino is really good in this film. Steve Jobs. Now I thought this was extraordinary. Aaron Sorkin, excuse me. He is quite possibly the best screenwriter working today. I mean, it is extremely well written. The dialogue is just brilliant. The acting is top notch. Great directing from Danny Boyle. And originally David Fincher was going to direct this, but he wanted too much money for it. But yeah, really good, really good. And the last one I got from the Black Friday sale is Ouija. Anyway, this wasn't that bad actually. I expected worse. It wasn't great either. It was just, okay. The prequel was better, and I still need to get the prequel on Blu-ray. Okay, I bought a couple of 4K Blu-rays. I got them for decent prices. Normally they can be very expensive, but I don't have a 4K TV, nor do I have a 4K Blu-ray player, but I do want to get them someday. But anyway, this is Life, which is a pretty good sci-fi horror movie. Best described as Alien meets Gravity. And this has some nasty death scenes, and I like the creature, by the way. It's different than what you usually see in these kind of movies. Fantastic soundtrack and a great ending. I really enjoyed it. And here is the other 4K release that I got. John Wick Chapters 1 and 2. Big fan of both these films. And I think they're both equally good. You know, I know that some people say that Chapter 2 isn't as good as Chapter 1, but I disagree. And Chapter 2, by the way, has such a terrific cliffhanger that it makes me even more curious about Chapter 3, which is coming out somewhere in 2019. So that's going to take a while. Next is the Target exclusive Blu-ray and DVD set of Stranger Things, the first season. And this is a lovely set, this one. I love what they've done with it, you know, like an old VHS tape there, which is very appropriate for this series because it takes place in the 1980s, of course. And the 1980s was the golden age of VHS. I'm sure you guys have seen other videos of this set before. This is the Blu-rays, and beneath that are the DVDs, and there's a picture here from the series. A hand sticking out of the tree there. And of course there's a poster as well. Yeah, it's a wonderful set, this one. And what a wonderful series. I mean, I became an instant fan after watching the first episode, and it's very nostalgic to me. You know, it's a throwback to the 1980s movies that I grew up on. You know, E.T., The Goonies, The Monster Squad, Stand By Me. Movies about a group of small town kids who embark on an extraordinary adventure. And you know, Stephen King's It, the new one, is something like this. You know, and he was also in It. Finn Wolfhard, I believe his name is. But I absolutely loved Stranger Things. The kids are perfectly cast. Everyone is perfectly cast, but especially the kids. They're very funny, very likable. The chemistry between them is just very effective. And I have seen season 2. I have Netflix. But I haven't figured out what I like most, season 1 or season 2. You know, some of you might be wondering, if I have Netflix, then why did I even buy this? I mean, if I want to see, you know, Stranger Things, I can always watch it on Netflix. Well, first of all, I'm a collector. You know, I love collecting these editions. And second, if the internet goes down, Netflix goes down. But I can always watch DVDs and Blu-rays, right? But yeah, this is a wonderful release. And a wonderful series. I cannot wait for the next season to come out. So I picked up this box set from Indicator. This is Hammer Volume 1, Fair Warning. There's a Volume 2 coming up very soon. And this one is limited to 6,000. Yeah, 6,000 is my number. What a wonderful set. Beautiful artwork on the sets. Maniac. Still need to check this out. The Gorgon, which is actually one of my favorite Hammer horror films. Really like this one a lot. Very happy to finally have this on Blu-ray. Saw this recently, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. It was alright. It was fun, you know, fun little film. And it all has a booklet inside, by the way, an alternative artwork. But I prefer the artwork, you know, this artwork. They all have different artworks. Fanatic, which I still need to see as well. Oh, what a set. Indicator just doing ridiculously well. I cannot wait to for their January releases, like The Border, Blue Collar, The Fortune, and Charlie Ferrick. Love Charlie Ferrick. My all-time favorite Walter Matthau film. Yeah, wonderful release, this one. And speaking of Indicator, here is another box set from them. This is The Wonderful Worlds of Ray Harryhausen Volume 2. Already have Volume 1, of course, and here is my number. Also limited to 6,000. A couple of quotes from George Lucas and Tim Burton. And look at the artwork on this. It looks very nice, doesn't it? Here's a Mysterious Island, which contains the DVD and Blu-ray, and another artwork as well. Jason and the Organist, one of my all-time favorite Harryhausen films. And the last one is First Man in the Moon. And also has a booklet. Here is Harryhausen with one of his creations. Yeah, what a set. What a set. Very nice, very nice. And that was it, actually. That was my pickups of November 2017. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.